So my question is that what are your thoughts on the developments in science and technology affecting what is right and what is wrong? Will it make it more clearer or will it make it more obscure? For example, now to take the example of like animal cruelty by eating non-veg and dairy industry. Say technology is now developing lab-grown meat and such alternatives, where now it is making it clearer what is right. Now, even if people want to eat meat, they can eat meat without animal cruelty. But then there are also technologies which are making it more obscure. Like, for example, during the pandemic, when we were having online sessions and online exams, the technology allowed everyone to cheat in a way that would not be possible in offline exams. And they had many justifications for doing so. In a sense, what I'm trying to say is the technological development is giving us new options. So some options make it clearer that new option is right, while some options give more confusion. So I just want to hear your thoughts on how the technology and scientific developments affect what is right and what is wrong. Thank you.
These two are when it comes to the inner domain and how these two affect the person from inside. These two are not in the same dimension, science and technology. You see, science helps you learn the facts of the universe, including the human body and the brain, right? That's what science enables you to look into. And when that happens, a lot of superstitions are cleared and beliefs, needless beliefs, are removed. Right? And when those beliefs are gone, then the inner center you operate from, that improves. I'll clarify through an example. Let's say you believe in racial supremacy, as the Nazis did. Right? Now you can have science that will tell you that when it comes to physicality, the races are hardly any different from each other. They were talking of the pure Aryan blood, for example. And science will tell you that when it comes to blood, there are just those 4 categories and then the RH plus, RH minus, whatever. There is nothing called an Aryan blood. You can be O, you can be B, whatever, but you cannot be Aryan. When you fall sick, you do not go out looking for Aryan blood. So the center that you had, the egoistic center that you had, that is challenged, rather clarified and purified by the findings of science. And science has helped human beings a great deal, not just materially, not just physically, but also internally. You think of the travails of the ancient man. The fellow did not know what all those things above in the sky are. Sometimes he was thinking that it's a large black canopy and all these things are little gems and diamonds studded on the canopy. And all that would lead to a lot of inner confusion. And that would translate into personal incapacity. When you do not know who you are and the world you are operating in, then everything that you think, feel or do simply goes haywire, does it not? I do not know why there is an eclipse. And I might feel that I need to slaughter my neighbor to avoid the curse of the gods. And that was indeed happening in several parts of the world. The sun appears hidden. Surely the God is demanding some sacrifice to reappear. Otherwise, the God is threatening to go away. And if the sun goes away, that would be a bad thing. So what do I do? And then some learned priest comes over and says, you need to sacrifice your neighbor. Because the neighbor in some way was aspiring to be the next priest. But that's the hidden story. So the neighbor has to be sacrificed, and all those things are happening. So backwardness in science leads to a lot of inner darkness also. Inner darkness. The one who we are inwardly, he needs science, not just spirituality. He needs science to be a great human being. The Upanishads put it this way. You need both Vidya and Avidya if you are to be of any avail. Vidya is knowledge of yourself, your own inner processes, how your thoughts operate, your mind, your feelings, your impulses, instincts, reactions, all those things, relationships, all those things. So that's Vidya. And the Upanishads very bravely and very forthrightly declare that if you do not have Avidya, Avidya is knowledge of the universe, which you could loosely call as scientific knowledge. That if you do not have Avidya, there is no point having Vidya. In fact, they declare that between someone who has only Vidya and someone who has only Avidya, the one having only Avidya has an edge actually. And then they say, the great one, the liberated one, is the one who has both, Vidya and Avidya. If you want to cross over the ocean of ignorance, you need knowledge in both the directions. You need to know the world, which comes to you from science, and you need to know yourself, which comes from self-observation. So that's science for you. Now what's technology? Technology is application of science according to your own convenience or need or greed or interest or whatever, right? So science purifies the one within, whereas technology is simply a toy in the hands of the one within. Please understand, whosoever you are, you will be pulled up if you really go deep into science. And that is the reason why we find a lot of wisdom in the personalities of a lot of eminent scientists. The same thing you cannot say for CEOs of tech companies. You cannot compare, let's say, a Bill Gates to an Albert Einstein. Very different. So, technology is simply your slave. While science can make you better, in that sense, science can pull you upwards. Whereas technology is something that is always behind you. You are operating your slave called technology, like a dog on leash. Getting it? So we need a lot of science to be better, and we need a lot of self-knowledge to be better. And if we do not have science and self-knowledge, which is Vidya and Avidya, then unfortunately, technology can be a very, very dangerous thing. Technology in the hands of the wrong kind of population will prove disastrous to everybody. Disastrous towards the entire planet and self-destructive for the human species. So, progress in the field of technology alone does not mean much. In fact, it can be a thing of concern. You would have heard that anecdote, the monkey and the sword and the king had this very pet monkey. And the monkey too was fond of the king. And the king went to sleep. And the monkey was watching over. And a fly came from somewhere and sat right on the nose of the king. And the monkey was appalled. Such a great king and a mere fly is perched on the nose. So what does the monkey do? Picks up the sword and slash. What does technology do? Instead of the sword, it gives an intercontinental missile to the monkey. And that's what has happened. Inwardly, we are still monkeys, but technology has given us huge power that we don't even deserve. Power that we cannot even responsibly wield. So science is useful. Spirituality is useful. Technology can be disastrous. For technology to be of constructive use to human beings, you would have guessed by now what is needed. It is needed that growth in wisdom keeps pace with growth in technology. If the rate of growth of wisdom lags behind the rate of growth of technology, then we are hurtling towards disaster.
Do you think now the rate of growth of wisdom is matching the rate of growth of technology?
No way. I think you too know that. You just wanted it from me. So we all know that. The monkey has at most graduated to an orangutan. But in no way are we still capable of being called human beings. And we have unmatched power, and you see what we have done with that power. Where is the forest cover? You know the number of species that are going extinct every day. We have been able to do that only because we have a lot of economic and technical power at our disposal. And we are using that to ruin this planet. In fact, it's already gone. We are de facto in the 6th mass extinction phase. So that's what we have done.
Thank you, sir.